Hello everyone, my name is Alan Proszewski, and today I would like to quickly get us through the FCL for incident that was created some time ago for security policies team. Let me start by sharing my screen and quickly getting through the whole FCL. Right, so it all started with the incident that happened on 3rd of November, where merge requests were blocked due to denied license that must be removed. So during this incident, and as it was affecting customers, we had to mark it with severity 2. And we identified the root cause. We had to notify customers through our status page. This is the reason why we ended up with FCL to help us understand what was the problem and how we can fix it in the future. But let's get started with root cause and what happened. So actually, this was essentially like a small improvement that we tried to implement, fix license category license compliance widget, something that should probably affect only a small amount of users, as it was mainly improving the MR widget. Although the logic that was added there affected different parts of the code that was not removed some time ago when we were deprecating license check feature. So we started the whole FCL after identifying if it's needed. We started by just checking from technical perspective what was the root cause. So obviously we knew that DMR introduced the problem, so we were able to revert that and work again and improve it. But we identified that there was one left mergeability check that was not removed during duplication of license check feature, and it was called check denied policies service, and was introduced long time ago. It was not removed and was just waiting for this situation to reappear. And yeah, it's triggered. So and it blocked the MRs that had license scan enabled. Even without scan result policies, it was blocking those MRs. So that was really hard for customers, as they were not able to find a workaround, easy one to implement. So we had to do revert, and we had to stop for a minute and understand how we can prevent similar situations in the future. Um, so here's like a short timeline that we were working on the fix. It was merged, and as soon as it was merged on the 2nd of November, and it was deployed to staging canary, we already saw that there was a end-to-end test that was failing on staging canary. Unfortunately, it was not the test that was related to our group. It was a test for composition analysis team, so we were not able to quickly see what's going on there. But yeah, the merge blocked, so the night license must be removed or was visible, and that was similar behavior that customers were seeing, although we were not able to identify that. Um, so then, as the MR was deployed to all environments, we started seeing some informations from customers that they see that behavior. So we decided during this incident to revert it, and after a few hours, the revert was deployed to all environments. Um, so to prepare for FCL, we had to first identify what we would like to do in scope of that. So obviously we saw that there are like two problems. There are test gaps because something that we're not able to identify earlier, and some processes that potentially could be improved to help us prevent similar situations in the future or capture them earlier. So as soon as we did all steps required for FCL, so creating a page, an issue with all information channel, providing updates and so on, we decided to go with given timeline. So we started last week on Monday, and for a whole week we've been working on some improvements and what we identified on the way to improve it. So first of all, we needed to work on the original error, an original bug that we still need to fix. And we decided to work on that and to work on any improvements in scope with feature flag enabled, so that way we can quickly disable the behavior if it's not working as expected. Although we also identified other errors that we've decided to work on, as with removing the mergeability check that was causing the incident. And then we identified a few spikes to improve the test gap. So the first spike was about adding unit or integration tests to help us capture those. We added few test cases to cover these scenarios, and Marcus was working to add them, and few MRs were already merged. And even after the MCL, we're going to continue to work on that. The second thing is we identified spike because as I've mentioned, there was an error, an end-to-end test that was related to security policies job. but it was not identified. So we were working to help anyone that was triaging end-to-end failures to understand what might be a possible cause. So we decided to actually do a small spike. So initially I thought that we could do some automation, but then I thought, oh, maybe it's just better to raise awareness within the team and others to know that whenever there is something wrong in MR approvals or the merge is blocked and it's not expected, that it's probably security policies group and that we can quickly engage and like improve the collaboration around that. So I created the MR to add troubleshooting section to debugging QA failures with specific table that just tells us, oh, if it's merge blocked, then notify security policies. They can help with trashing, and this will improve the communication. So my idea here is to ensure that whenever we see something, we suspect that something might be not related to our current work, but the work of other teams, to inform them earlier. So this might prevent us from having similar incidents in the future as well. Um, so as we finished with that, then we were providing stand-ups as soon as we had some updates. And with root cause analysis, that Sashi provided with additional action items that was added to the work plan. We ended up with, in retrospective, that is still ongoing, and today we're going to hold some closing ceremony just to discuss and quickly get us through the current status. But that was great to see that the team worked really hard and quickly on those test gaps, and we immediately created additional unit tests even before we confirmed that FCL will be happening for our team. What was also helpful from my perspective as engineering manager is that having FCL that was limited to some part of the team helped us achieve really good results because we had two team members that were fully focused on work on FCL's work, and then we had other team members that were not affected by that. At the same time, we didn't identify much work for everyone. So it was good to limit this collaboration to only two people and then to share those results among others rather than trying to have everyone involved in FCL and actually not having enough work for everyone, as it might be frustrating. So yeah, that was really great. If you have any questions, please add them to the agenda. We would like to talk more about that. If you watching this because you would like to listen more about FCL or you're an EM that is going through that for the first time, feel free to contact me. I'm happy to help you with that. And yeah, have a nice and great day. Bye.